Hello and welcome back to another episode of the DIYguy.net. Alright, today we're going to be replacing the front sway bar links on this 2007 Subaru Outback. This is going to work from 2005 to 2009. This is a fairly easy job that you can do in your driveway or on the ground. We have access to the lift today, so we're going to go ahead and use that just to make it a little easier to film. So if you were doing this in your driveway, you want to park your car on a level surface, chalk the rear wheels, grab a 19mm and a breaker bar and go ahead and crack the front passenger and driver side lug nuts loose. Then grab your floor jack, jack it up, get your jack stands under both sides, and elevate the front of the vehicle because we can remove both wheels, as it'll just make it a little bit easier to get in there and get to the sway bar links. Alright, so we'll grab our impact and our 19mm and go ahead and remove the wheel. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we're going to start on the driver's side. You can see our lower control arm, our ball joint here, and right here is the sway bar link we're going to be replacing. Now this one is not making too much noise, but if we look at it closely, we can see that the boot is deteriorated and or ripped, allowing dirt and debris to get in there, and it's going to cause it to fail in a short time. So we're going to go ahead and grab some penetrating oil. We'll spray this nut and bolt section right here and up here, and on the passenger side we'll let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll get to removing the old one. We are using the Deep Creep by Seafoam. We'll go ahead and spray the other side, and like I said, we'll let it sit for a little bit and then we'll come back. Alright, so now that we let the penetrating oil soak in, we can go ahead and grab a 17mm socket and a ratchet or impact, and we're going to go ahead and loosen the nut here and here and remove the old sway bar. Now, more often than not, it does have a chance once you're loosening the nut to spin the stud within the ball and socket here. So some do have a hex nut right here, which is going to be maybe a 15mm or 14, depending on the brand and who makes it, maybe a different size. And what you want to do is just hold that, so that way you can go ahead and remove the nut without the actual stud spinning. On this one, it doesn't have the hex nut, so we're just going to use some adjustable pliers or channel locks to hold it, to keep it from spinning, and then we'll go ahead and remove the nut. Now that we have the bottom removed, we'll go ahead and do the top. Alright, now that we have both nuts removed, we can go ahead and just wiggle it out, take the top out, rotate it down, and then get the bottom out. There's our old link. We'll go ahead and unpackage the new one and get ready to reinstall that one. Alright, so we opened up our new one, we compared it to the old one. It is the exact same length and overall size. The only difference, like I said, is this hex nut here rather than just that shoulder. So we will be able to get a proper size wrench in there and hold that as we tighten this nut down. It should come with brand new threaded lock nuts, as they are threaded, so you want to make sure you have new nuts that came with it as well. Go ahead and just pop those off quick. Just go ahead and install it the way we took the old one out. We'll go ahead and put it in the bottom part of the A-arm first, rotate it up, align it, and then get it through our sway bar. We'll go ahead and start the nuts by hand. Alright, so now that we have the nuts started by hand, we'll run them down till they're just a little bit closer to the sway bar and to the bracket of the A-arm. Just to limit a little bit of movement, but we would still want some, as we still need to loosen and remove the other sway bar link and replace it. Alright, so we'll grab our 17mm socket and impact, and then like I said on this one, it's going to be a 14mm to hold this nut inside the sway bar link so it doesn't rotate. We may or may not need it once we get there, since we're using the air, just to kind of, like I said, snug it up until we get the other side replaced. Then we'll do our final torque and tightening. Now that we have this one held in place, we'll go ahead and repeat the process to replace the passenger side. So we're going to grab a 17mm torque wrench and torque these two 34 foot-pounds of torque on the passenger side here and the driver side, and then we'll go ahead to reinstall our wheels. So when you're installing your front sway bar links, it's also good to check the rubbers of the sway bar link themselves, make sure they are in good condition. You can give them some rubber conditioning spray as well, just to help to make sure you don't have any squeaks. Alright, so now we have both front sway bar links replaced. We're going to go ahead and put the wheel back on, start our lug nuts by hand, snug them down, then we'll lower the car back down to the ground, and then torque them. Make sure you tighten it in a star pattern to make sure you get the wheel to pull onto the hub evenly. That way you do not get any vibration. We'll go ahead and get our torque wrench. We'll set it to 90 foot-pounds of torque and torque the lug nuts. So that's it. We just showed you how to replace the front sway bar links on a 2005 to 2009 Subaru Outback. Don't forget to click the link in the description, which will take you to our website for a full write-up. You can also click that subscribe button he placed in the middle for you. On the right, you'll find a recommended video just for you. And on the left side, you'll see our recent upload. Thanks for watching another episode of DIYguy.net.